welcome back to Sham's Makeup Artistry, and if this is the very first time you're tuning into my channel, make sure to subscribe to my channel. And today I'm going to share with you my October favorites. And yes, we only have 2 more months and we are already coming towards the end of 2018. So without further ado, let's just get started. Let's begin with the tinted moisturizer that I have been using throughout the month of October. And this is an oldie but a goodie, and it's by Laura Mercier. And this is their tinted moisturizer, and it's an oil-free formula. I'm in the shade 10. This has to be one of my most favorite tinted moisturizers because they do wear very well on my skin and it matches my skin tone perfectly. This tinted moisturizer does come with an SPF of 20. With this tinted moisturizer, although it does have an SPF of 20, it doesn't really show like a grey cast through. Many tinted moisturizers for my skin tone, sometimes they pull out looking very grey. But with this one, I had very good experience, and I've been using this from the day I've started like doing makeup on my face. But of course, when you get to try other products, they tend to become your favorite as well. But this one is definitely a favorite of mine, especially when I feel that my skin is a little bit more dull and dry. I really like this. And this does give a good amount of coverage as well. Besides the Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer, of course, I've been enjoying my Dior Forever foundation, but this is kind of like a repetitive thing, so I didn't want to share it. But for those of you who do not know, this is also another favorite of mine, and I am in the shade 045. This foundation wears throughout the day so perfectly, and it leaves the skin looking naturally flawless, if that does make sense. So you may want to try all my recommendations because the Sephora sale is coming closer. So let's move on to the next favorite. It's a translucent powder, and this is by Hourglass. This is their Veil Translucent Setting Powder. I would personally recommend this setting powder if you do have like a combination to dry skin. For oily skin girls, you may want to try it, especially when the weather is much more colder. During summer, I did not really like it for my T-zone because I do have like a combination to dry skin, but on my T-zone area, I'm much more oilier. And when I set it with this particular powder, it doesn't really keep my oil at bay around my T-zone area. That's why I wouldn't recommend it for oily skin girls, especially during hot weather. But then when the weather is a little bit more chill and cold, our skin tend to be a little bit more dry, then this powder would work perfectly well because it gives a beautiful glow and shine to the face. A quick update on the Too Faced. This one is their Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder in the shade Translucent. I actually wanted to get this because for my T-zone area, like I've mentioned, I'm much more oily, and I wanted to get something that would look matte on my T-zone area. So I decided to go with a translucent shade. This one does keep the oil at bay, but sometimes I feel that it does emphasize my dryness as well. So if you do have like an oily skin, you may want to try this one because they do wear very well on oily skin. They keep the oil at bay, and I'm pretty sure that they will last you throughout the hours that you are out or even in and doing something. Up next are blushes. I have 2 blushes to share with you. The very first one is from Laura Mercier, and this is their new range of blushes in the shade Sangria, and I really like this shade. Especially for the fall, I do see myself using this shade a lot, and I do have the blusher over my face area. And I really like these blushes. They do look very sheer when you swatch it. They do swatch pretty sheer as well. But over the cheeks, they do give you a beautiful flush, and I've been really liking this blush. The next one is from Nars, again an oldie but a goodie, and this one is in the shade Daydream. This one is much more like a peachier pink. It does look a lot like Orgasm Blush by Nars, but this one wears much more prominently on my skin tone. It does look light right here, but when you pick it up on your brush and then apply it over your cheek area, they really look beautiful. And this has been my go-to kind of peachy pink blush. Again, the swatch of these blushes just doesn't do them any justice, so there's no point of me swatching these blushes. I'm not very sure if the Daydream blush is a limited edition one, but if they are available, you may want to check it out. So now let's move on to eyeshadows and also lip stuff. The only one that I've been digging throughout the month of October has to be the Nudestix. This is their soft and smoky palette. So this is the only palette I've been using for my entire eye and also my lips because I've been really enjoying them. They do come with 6 different shades. I do have a tutorial using all of this and I will link them down on the description bar below. And I have been again obsessed with all the shades that are right here. I kind of use the shade which is chocolate, and this is an eye crayon, and I kind of use the shade all over my lid area. And I like to use this shade which is right here in the shade Twilight. It's much more like an top on for my lid shade, and I've been totally digging into it. And for the lips, I've been using the Intense Matte. This is both for lip and cheek, but I've been using it for the lips. And they feel so comfortable on the lips in the shade Raven. And this is much more like a deep wine shade. And I've been totally enjoying this entire set. I kind of feel that this is totally worth the buy. And it's also a collaboration with a YouTuber, and her name is Melissa Alatorre. So you may want to check this out. They're available both at Sephora and also Ulta Beauty. I do have another eyeshadow shade that I've been enjoying throughout the month of October, and this is the Nars. This is their single eyeshadow in the shade Cambodia, and this is how it looks like. And this is a perfect shade for fall. This is how it looks like. It's more of like a coppery orangey shade, and it's beautifully intense. This is all that you will need for the fall. I kind of use the Nudestix palette as base and also to deepen my outer V and also to add some intensity to the look. And then I just top it on with this particular shade and I'm good to go. I kind of just smoke it out and I'm out the door running far away. So you may want to check this out. This one is in their previous packaging. I believe they have like revamped everything, so they might look different, but I believe they still have the shade Cambodia. Next, I do have a lip product to share with you. The very first one is from Buxom, and this is their Plumpline lip liner, and I really like this one. Sometimes I just line my lip with this and then I'm good to go. And I kind of feel that my red lip kind of lasts throughout the day because this is a lip liner, and then when you line your entire lips, it makes the color last much longer. Sometimes I apply the Kevyn Aucoin. This is their Molten lip color in the shade Julia on top of this lip liner. It's even better when you layer it because it kind of like helps the color to stay put throughout the day, and both of these formulas do wear very comfortably on my lips, so I have been really liking this one. And then the last lip product that I like to share with you is from PatMcGrath, and this is the Matte Trance lipstick in the shade 1995. So this is the shade I'm wearing on my lips, but because I put it on with a lip liner, it kind of looks very different. This is more of like a nude shade, and it kind of looks light when I put it on without a lip liner. So you guys know that I'm obsessed with my Sephora lip liner, which is in the shade Muscat. So I use this lip liner and then I put on this particular lip shade. They feel super comfortable on the lips. They kind of look like a velvety matte shade, but they do feel very comfortable and they last on the lips. I do not see myself reapplying my lipstick all the time, so I've been totally enjoying this one. And one more product before I go on to the last one right here, which is an highlighter, and it's by MAC. And this is their highlighter in Soft and Gentle. This is their mineralized skin finish. I've been totally digging into this one. I kind of like highlighters which look subtle at the same time they are visible to the eye. Some highlighters, they're very subtle, sometimes they're not visible enough. But with this one, I've been really liking it because they are visible enough, though it's very soft. And I really like this because I kind of feel that sometimes my skin is dry and I want some glow to my face area. So this particular highlighter kind of helps me to have the best glow that I need for the day. Last but not least, it's a perfume that I'd like to share with you, and I do have it in a travel size. This perfume is by Killian, and it's I Don't Need a Prince by My Side to Be a Princess. And I have been totally obsessed with the travel size itself. Looks like once I'm done, I'm going to get the full size because this perfume just smells like heaven. It's so sweet. I kind of really like it. Like, I see myself spraying it like very often, and I've been using this non-stop, and it's been lasting me for some time because it's been some time and I do use quite a bit, and I do still see that it's pretty full. So that has to be a plus point for me, and I would totally recommend this if you guys are into like sweetie scent, a little bit spicy and there. You may want to try out this perfume. So here I'm done with my October favorites. I do hope that you enjoyed my October favorites. Till my very next one, stay beautiful both inside and out. Give me a thumbs up, share all the love and support, and not to forget, subscribe to my channel. Goodbye.